It is May 21st, 2025. um, Today I went to Bob Evans, okay? Then we went over to Walmart 62. Some ladies were in there. I know several of the waitresses in Bob Evans, and I was talking to them about the dirty doctor scam and all this stuff. They're like, they can't do any of that. I said, I know. We'll go into Walmart 62. Some lady said, well, Karen's will already got that girl tape stating that they hired a doctor to tape her unaware. And they had the doctor have her state that they had him do it to her. He's already got him, and he's already got that other girl taped that it wasn't one of her doctors, and he works for them. Okay? You do realize with what they did to her, it's assault with a deadly weapon. Oh, human trafficking, racketeering, attempted murder, child pornography, and my grandkids going potty, sextortion, cyberstalking, felony invasion of privacy. Then I get home, I can hear idiots outside. Well, they said an attorney taped her unaware. The law is if attorney tapes you unaware, they lose their license. It's a felony invasion of privacy. Police and agencies can only be in a home under a threat of life with statements in a court order without a conflict of interest. You cannot hire someone to cyberstalk somebody through button cameras. I talked to a criminal attorney, an actual criminal attorney, Stark County Prosecutor's Office and police. No one could be in my home but a protected custody case with statements in a court order without a conflict of interest. So could an attorney be in my home before? No. Could a doctor? No. Like they said on Sunday on Alliance, we don't care what name you put on it. It's illegal what these people did. Ungodly. First and last name, I will own them. Because they were human trafficking me out of that house. I had to be seen by Altman family physicians for bruises I couldn't explain, muscle pain, throwing up, headache, dizzy, and a severe swollen personal infection. From being drug beat and raped, like my friend from the prosecutor's office, somebody was harming you. Where you never seen or talked to anybody, you had all the signs. Seen by a doctor being drug beat and raped. Somebody was harming you. They may not have thought of a rapist, but you had all the signs of it. They probably did drug you up until you say something stupid. It's a fraud scheme. Where they laugh in your face in front of people in stores. That they Photoshop that shower scene in the other room to make you look weird with yourself. They probably did. It's clicking and pasting. And then that idiot outside saying, oh, we already know they did a police report on her, but since she didn't know, nobody to say anything. They didn't make a police report. You're a liar. Because the police never talked to me. See what I mean? It's all a scam. Last month, I was in Alliance and Myers. They were talking. Now, there's a real FBI case. And with statements of threat of life and a court order from a real judge with real legal police surveillance. Melissa, like they said last month in Alliance, they released Thanksgiving of 18. What did those kids get caught stating in the basement? They wanted the house for Auntie Shaw and Papa Grandma need to get out. Later on the floor, what did they get caught stating? They made everything up. They were games of pretend, laughing. What did John get caught stating upstairs? That he didn't know what was going on? Melissa would just make it up because we're going to go through a divorce, going to be moving out. But nobody could say anything bad about you, Mom. Don't worry about it. She'll have her church people make up something too. But don't worry about it, Mom. Nobody could say anything bad about you. It'd just be made up because of the divorce and you're moving out. So, January 12, 22. Officer John's been assigned to me since 18. Stopped men at the doors at 4:55 p.m. When those kids got caught stating, they made everything up. My granddaughter Flora was playing with him in the basement. She told a bunch of adults, October 23rd, 2019. Of course, it never happened. Of course, it wasn't true. We made it up. They were games of pretend, laughing. They're documenting me games of pretend. In May of 21, I had went into Pennsylvania. Some guy named Kurt was helping him. Okay? Well, he found out those kids were lying. People were looking at their phones in Pennsylvania. Oh my goodness, Kurt found out those kids are lying. He's going to kill her. I'm like, Kurt's slow, right? Stark County Sheriff, some of them helped watch me. Went outside when I got home at the Sheriff's Department. It's like, well, Kurt's slow, right? They came out laughing. Kurt just found out those kids are lying. He is slow. They're documenting me games of pretend. In 21, the apartment building informed me, second close offense, a lady and little girls lived there. 8/9/21, they were outside talking about being drugged and told to say it. 4 or 5 neighbors got together, did a police report. They were even laughing that they told them they were lying. The second building for me, the outside steps, the wood steps, there was people that lived there, used to yell stuff at me. They found out in 22 they made everything up on me. They used to yell about Melissa's lies outside on the streets of Louisville. October 5th, 21, I'm in Huntington Bank. Investigators are in there. We wouldn't want Melissa getting any money out of this. That's okay. They knew they made everything up. They didn't want anybody to help her. You know, on Thanksgiving of 18, when they all got taped saying that stuff, the police and the FBI had a huddle in the front of Walmart 62. Now, they've already sold a login to the case and everybody has it, so it don't matter. Why are they having those kids make all that shit up? Oh, they're just trying to scare her out of the house. That's it. We interviewed her whole family. They spoke highly of her. The police were walking around Walmart. Melissa's so stupid, she made everything up when you were fishing with Dave. She's actually that stupid. She didn't check where you were. After October 5th, on October 5th, 21, when they were talking about that girl lying again, the client I was with, we got outside. He's like, who is that crazy Melissa? Everywhere we go, all they do is talk about that girl lying. It's like the ex-daughter-in-law friends with ex's girlfriends had the kids make up a mean games of pretend on Thanksgiving of 18 in front of the police. He's like, is she crazy? And I'm like, yes. We're in Myers in Alliance. Last month, they released the tape of those kids saying they were lying. Everybody's like, none of this is funny. Those kids said they made everything up. I know they did. I was in Carrollton about a month and a half ago. They were trying to pull the Melissa scam. They called the police. They looked it up. She's documenting me games of pretend. They're like, somebody needs to arrest her for obstruction to justice. Yeah. The police were walking around Walmart. Melissa could go to jail for this, for even involving herself. Well, why don't we just write it up that she was just showing off for the new girlfriend, her and the kids, so we don't have to put her in jail. Her kids are little. They had sympathy on the bitch. I was in Pennsylvania. They were talking about that girl lying. I was in Kentucky. They were talking about that. They made everything up, and people were complaining and screaming it in Kentucky in 21, end of June of 21. And then in Illinois, they said some guy named Kurt gave up going after you for anything in life. He found out those kids made everything up. He's the one where he finds out anybody falls for their scam. He tells everybody stay out of it. The police and the FBI already got everybody taped saying they made everything up. The other ones all taped defending her, and none of this is funny. And these people admitting they drugged her and told her to say it before, photoshopped everything and made everything up on her. It's a big drug scam. See, the law is police and agencies can only be in a home under a threat of life with statements in a court order without a conflict of interest. Officer Reinhardt in Louisville even said that. There's nothing else. Not even the FBI could be in your home before. So could some crazed attorney do a felony invasion of privacy? No, the law is they lose their license. They go to jail for a felony invasion of privacy. Cyber stalking. Let alone these people were drugging me with fake sodium pentothal reports. Having me beat and raped. It's assault with a deadly weapon, human trafficking, an attempt to murder, and kidnapping. And then they taped in the bathroom, and they sold kiddie porn on my grandkids going potty. The law is they have to compensate you for breaking your rights, and I can sue them for personal injuries, first and last name. See, that's where it's right on Google. It's illegal for a doctor to tape you unaware. Privacy Act and HIPAA. They go to jail. Do you know if a doctor treats you without your consent, it's assault and battery. So can they hire a doctor on their own to drug me up and tell me say stuff? No. HIPAA violations, Privacy Act, an assault and battery, an assault with a deadly weapon, an attempt to murder, kidnapping, racketeering. You want to keep going? First and last name. Like they said, Karen's will already got. These people taped that girl stating they hired a doctor to tape her unaware. They had the doctor have her state da 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 da. They did it to me. And they already got Michelle admitting that it was not my doctor, but worked for them. And they had lied he was one of my doctors. First and last name. There's medical malpractice. It's medical malpractice. There's attorneys for that. They work on commission. First and last name. Make Karen a millionaire. See, these people where the FBI called them dumb on the 19th. April 19th, 25 in Hartville Flea Market. They didn't want you to know they thought you were dumb. They wouldn't have showed up. They wanted you to know you're dumb. Trying this with them. She calls the FBI hotline. They immediately walk into an FBI office and confess they were illegally monitoring her on their own. That's a felony invasion of privacy and cyberstalking. 7 to 15 years. Put your name on it. Without the drugs, kidnapping, rape, human trafficking, then the kiddie porn. Put your name on it. Double dogged area. These people, where they said, and trust me, nobody ever fell for the dirty doctor scam of taping you unaware before confessing of crimes. Sat on it till they wanted a divorce. The law is if a doctor tapes you unaware, it's illegal. It's illegal monitoring. It's not admissible. It's a felony invasion of privacy, cyber stalking. HIPAA, Privacy Acts cover it. They know if someone's getting hurt, they have to make a small police report. They can't say how they know. They can never divulge anything they've seen you for, what they, you said to them, nothing. But they have to say there may be a problem here. I need to look into it. If they do not report it, they lose their license forever. Go to jail as an accessory. So could they sit on a crime? No, it's not even my doctor. Like that apostolic girl said on Saturday, we had a doctor tape her unaware before. We had the doctor have her say that they had him do it to me. There's over 10 to 20 drugs that make you sleepwalk. Prescription without the legal ones. They're fake sodium pentothal reports. It's illegal to drug somebody. Okay? And then it sounded mechanical. Like the voice alternator they were playing with where they copied even the agent's voice were all Karen's will. Turn on the voice alternator. You can get them on Google Play, Amazon. Copy somebody's voice, talk through it, and you sound like them. Sounded mechanical. We knew it was them and not her. And they altered everything. And nobody fell for the tape of Weird with Yourself. We could tell it was photoshopped or washing yourself in the shower. They photoshopped everything, but if they were going to be that dumb and try to pull this on us, we told Agent John to go to that church and tell on her for calling the FBI hotline before he talked to her. And to act as dumb as these people. They called you dumb, and they made sure that it got released with all the other videos. How dumb you are trying this with FBI. It's our federal government. Are you freaking kidding me? So, do you have something else stupid to say? Dave defended me, Karen. You're good to the kids, you're good to the grandkids. You would never hurt anyone. You're good to everyone, no matter who it is. Like Officer Mark said in August of 23 on a Tuesday. To a lady, she said, did her ex-husband defend her? He said, yes, we taped him. So did I. Did anybody ever talk to her? No. Then they had to have framed her. It's documented, verified. She was framed before. Was it the drug cartel? Yes. We've seen them. Hired the drug cartel. So what attorney and doctors messed up in the Florida drug cartel? First and last name, I'll own them. Medical malpractice, medical negligence, assault and battery. Huh? Assault with a deadly weapon, I'll own you. They already told these people she would own them if they ever tried anything. FBI needs to arrest them. If you forget, Melissa's church made fun of FBI agent John June 7th, how they fell for this, that, and taster for. You mean that FBI agent actually fell for that? It was only a stunt. Publicly mock him in Walmart 62 sold videos of how they fooled him. Never fool him. You know, I was in Walmart 62 like a month ago. Some people were talking. We heard she's some kind of FBI informant. They caught those grandkids saying that they were lying years ago, and the police taped them saying they were lying. I know they did. They announced it several times in Walmart. They get tired of the shit. They told you March 23rd, 23. We told these people to stay out of this. We interviewed her whole family a long time ago. She's never hurt anyone. Nobody's ever seen anything. And it's just some lady thought she could make money out of it. Exploiting people is called racketeering. I'll own you. You know what's sad? With Melissa being part of that occult, if she wasn't part of the cult, she wouldn't have involved herself. I had more respect for her than she did herself. More respect for her than she did herself. June 23rd to July 4th of 21. Same investigators. They're FBI agents, by the way. Walking around Walmart 62. What are these people talking about? We interviewed her whole family a long time ago. She's never hurt anyone. Girls that dated the drug dealers. Oh my goodness, the boys had a drugger and make her say that stuff. Nobody mentions those tapes. Same ones. Right after Thanksgiving of 18. Why are they having those kids make all that shit up? Oh, they're just trying to scare her out of the house. That's it. We interviewed her whole family. They spoke highly of her. You forget the FBI case so quickly. They thought they tricked him and they left. They didn't go anywhere. They backed way off so they could tape you under police surveillance and all the drug cartel involved. They went after the cartel first. Like those ladies said, she heard Karen's will inside that McDonald's saying that they got that girl taped, that they hired a doctor to tape her unaware. They had the doctor have her say that. They drugged me up and told me to say it. I never seen no doctor. He's not my doctor. He works for them. Where Michelle already confessed to a federal agent March 27th, 25, that she was part of trying to have me killed when they bashed in the back of my head or leave me incompetent. And the reason I don't know who that doctor is, he's not one of mine. He works for them and they had lied. He also got it out of Dave that his girlfriend from before me made him marry me so he could get a job at my dad's factory. And that she'd have free insurance to use. And he could give her extra money. That half my medical records are some other woman's. Steve's girlfriend from before me. My whole marriage was a scam. And he had even got it out of that family that was around telling people it offended him that Strange called me a faker 6 months later. Said it never even concerned him. They always said it. So people would help out in this. It's a case of the dumb people that lied. The Fourth Amendment, the right of the people to be safe and secure within your own person. No one can touch you unless you want them to. It's assault. We all know that. Your places, your homes, your papers, and effects against all unreasonable searches or seizures shall not be violated. Your home can't be violated. No searches, no seizures, but upon probable cause, warranted court order, with an oath or affirmation of the people, places, or things to be searched or seized. Okay? You have a right to remain quiet and a right to an attorney. So, police and agencies can only be in a home under a threat of life with statements from everyone in that home with a court order without a conflict of interest. The law is, because of HIPAA and Privacy Acts, doctors can never tape you unaware. They can't ask you dirty criminal questions. That's sexual harassment. They lose their license. They can't divulge anything you say to them or what they treated you for HIPAA and Privacy Acts. Your medical records are underneath the Act of Privacy. Now, Ohio. Now, if you've not done anything to anybody and you're just sitting there talking to them, you can hit record on your phone. That is legal. We are a one-party state where if you're just sitting there talking to somebody, you can hit record. You can never set up button cameras stalking somebody or listening devices. That's cyber stalking. That is a federal crime. But if you're just sitting there talking to somebody, you can hit record. It is very legal. That's the only thing you can do. Otherwise, it's a federal crime. Like my friend from the prosecutor's office, it's a fraud scheme. They made the biggest mistake. They did it in your home. Made the biggest mistake when you put a doctor or attorney's name on it. No one could be in my home before. And you can't have people's medical records. No dirty doctor that's not mine can't get them. You have to have a signed consent that they're treating you. Signed release that you release it to them. And then a signed release from the place to send it to them. Otherwise, it's stealing documents. And are they the ones that are selling people's information that they're stealing from hospitals so that thousands of people are getting scammed by the cartel and they're stealing their money? Is it him? That's a good question, because your medical records are your own. They have no right to look at it. They have no right to pull them. Or that idiot in my old apartment tries to tell people that's my medical records, he'd go to jail if he actually had them. And the person who got them, they were getting in the back of Altman Hospital in 21. And last year in 24, fishing for information. That is a big federal crime. And trying to steal documents from a hospital. Where I went to my husband's bank, the manager said that thousands of people's IDs have been stolen. Well, what can you get from a hospital? Names, addresses, socials, birthdays? No IDs. I told you, you better hope they didn't touch your computer. And that, she said, thousands and thousands of people are being scammed by the cartel here. I warned you in 21. Now, Agent John, I'd like my money. Tomorrow I take my grandson Daniel to a dentist. He's a big scaredy cat. I may end up having to pay for an oral surgeon to knock him out to fix his teeth. I want him to feel good about himself. He used to be a happy, loud, in-your-face 10-year-old. All of them were. Hey, Grandma, this. Hey, Grandma, that. Hey, Grandma, this. Hey, Grandma, that. Normal. And since this happened, let's see, where Dave and I were like his second parents, I wasn't around as much. Dave ended up fleeing the country in 23. Jen's mom and dad died. There's only me. Him and Tyler handled it by sitting in their room. They withdrew. My new husband and I try to get him out several times. He's going to start helping him on his farm, trying to get him out of his shell. And he stopped taking care of himself, of brushing his teeth, trimming his nails. And he's about 130 pounds at 6 foot. He's a string bean. I want him to feel good about himself. I need my money. I may end up paying an oral surgeon to knock him out. And that's more my dog bite money. If he needs a lot of crowns and root canals. Like the investigator said, the only one that actually really loved those kids was Karen. Dave was running around threatening to kill everyone, and she was willing to die to save them. I'd like my money. I was found innocent by the police and the FBI in 18. They even told my ex-husband January 25th, 2019, that the police always knew I was innocent and innocent before. They were talking about it at the station. Some guy was bailing this guy out from a team. They even told Dave. Yeah. I'm going to upload this.